Hello there, hello everyone. So the car behind me is not the Pori car; it is the Skoda Kushaq. Well, it could be the beginning of the party for Skoda India because this car is going to be a localized product. It is based on the MQB AO-IN platform, a platform that is specifically designed for upcoming markets like India. I am going to take you to a closer look of the car real soon. In the meanwhile, here are the details. So this car will come with two engine options. Both are petrol. One is a 1 liter TSI and the second is a 1.5 TSI. Both the engines are familiar to the Indian market. One was with the T-Roc, the 1.5, and the 1 liter is with the Skoda Rapid car in the Indian market. So the 1 liter TSI right now will make 115 PS of power and 175 Newton meter of torque. The official fuel efficiency figures are not out, but we expect them to be around 18 or 17 kmpl thereabouts. As for the 1.5 TSI, well, it makes 150 PS and 250 Newton meter. The difference between both these engines obviously is with the capacity. One is obviously 1 liter and the other is 1.5. The other difference would be in the cylinders. So the 1 liter is a 3-cylinder engine, whereas the 1.5 is a 4-cylinder motor. So, well, the other difference would be in the choice of transmission. The 1 liter will come with a 6-speed manual and a 6-speed torque converter. Well, the exact same options as in the Rapid. Whereas the 1.5 will come with a 6-speed manual as well as a 7-speed DSG. The famous DQ200 gearbox will be there in the 1.5. So this brings it to a big option list for this car in terms of price. So we are expecting something close to 10.5 lakh and the top end would be around 16 lakh. So yeah, I mean this falls in the Creta as well as Seltos category. A very tough category because right now these two dominate the segment, and the other cars in the segment include the Harrier, that is the MG Hector, and you also have other options. So in this it's very tough, I would say, but because of the 95% localization, which also includes parts of the engine, this car should be priced really competitively, and well, that is the USP of this car. Well, that's just one of the unique selling points of this car. There are others as well, and I'll take you through them right now. That's the look. Front crystalline Skoda LED headlamps, as they call it, and then you have the fog lamps right below. Okay, a bit weird, but yeah, those are the DRLs that are operational as of now. The grille, yes, typical Skoda grille. Skid plates to accentuate the SUV look. 17-inch alloy wheels running on Goodyear tires. Alright, that Skoda badge looks really alluring. Well, what do you think about the look of this car? Alright, you're still here. The boot is open. One thing, while I'm just showing you the seats, these are leather seats and these are perforated, meaning which these are ventilated, and you've seen something similar in the Hyundai Creta. Hyundai, most of the cars have it now. So even the Verna has it, the Elantra has it. Well, the Elantra was the first one to start it in the segment. So yes, thank you Hyundai for inspiring Skoda to do it as well. Piano black finish on the dashboard, looks really good. Those are the washer nozzles, two of them, neatly hidden away. That shark fin antenna looks really good. There we are at the rear of the car. Again the same skid plates. That's nice. The tail lights look nice as well. Side of the car. Well, the trivia bit here is this car has a wheelbase of 2651 mm. That Skoda claims is the highest in its class. Well, we'll take their word for it. Alright, here you go. That's the boot being opened. free 85 liters of boot space here, which doubles to, or which rather increases to 1405 liters once you topple those seats, and they're already toppled. All right. Parking sensors. This seems to be the top end. Obviously, it should be, because Skoda or any other manufacturer will always keep their best at a venue, and that's your rear parking camera. This is the new Skoda logo. We are at the interior of the car, and as you can see, this 2-spoke steering wheel looks really good. I had my apprehensions about this 2-spoke kind of steering wheel, but this looks really good. There are scroll buttons over here for the media, and again you have for the cruise control as well. Well, everything looks really good. This is the manual. As you can see from here, it's a 6-speed gearbox. We've spoken about it before. You have the cup holder here, and this pad over here is for the wireless charging. It's supposed to charge, but if you see, the slot over here is a bit iffy. So I don't know how you are going to take care of that. One more thing here is the AC as well as other controls. It has got climate control. Dual zone nahi. No, it doesn't have dual zone. But again, it's nice haptic feedback for, you know, that's how you control it. Very nice. This is seat ventilation, a feature that I love, and I've used often in the Hyundai range of cars. This is your start-stop system, which is deactivated. There you go. See, that's how it's deactivated. All right, and this is the Skoda infotainment system, and it's supposed to support wireless smart play or smart link as it's called. All right, that's the Wi-Fi icon over here. You have my apps, you have songs. Okay, off the hook, I'll tell you that this feedback is really good. Oh, preloaded Ghana, you know where that's come from. Q MG, hello MG. All right, okay, that's it. You have SOS function as well for this one. There you go. That's the sunroof operation. Let me just turn around and show you the sunroof. It's not a panoramic unit. It's a one-touch, electrically assisted, obviously. That's it. It's got a cooled glove box as well. I have a passenger seated over here, but as you can see, this is the function for it. Got an armrest as well. 12-volt charging socket, and Skoda was saying that you have 2 Type-C USB sockets as well. Well, pretty much equipped. You have, probably you can put in a coin there, or you can put in a phone as demonstrated by my friend here. Very nice. All right, what else can I show you? Okay, those are the door pads. They can really hold big water bottles, as is evident from the depth. Looks typically Skoda. And they have auto up and down, I assume. No, it's not. Okay, this is one touch. There you go. Okay, one touch down, that is. That's very unlike Skoda, but maybe I'm not sure what's going on here, but it seems like it's a one touch. It's got auto headlamps. Okay, what else can I show you here? Let me just toggle around with this menu bit. Okay, hello, come to life. Button without function. Okay, this is something that Skoda hasn't spoken about. That's a tactile feel. Anyways, we'll explore that later when the car comes to us for a review. As of now, you can see that these are the wiper function, Again, in typical Skoda fashion or in European fashion as we can call it, these are on the right side, whereas we Indians who are used to Maruti Suzuki or Hyundai cars will always find the light related buttons as well as the turn indicators here. Well, if you ask me where the light stop is, it's here. Okay. Oh, again, this is for your cruise control as well. Okay. Yeah, that's the stock for the lights as well. Cool enough. So I'm not sure if this supports wireless Apple CarPlay as well as Android Auto, but both the functions are present in the car is what Skoda has told us. All right, let me just pop the boot for someone. That's the mechanism here. Okay, it's gone up. He's trying to open it. Now let's go to the rear side of the car. But I should tell you one thing. All this looks really, really premium. This is a bit, okay, how do you call it? Serrated, maybe? Yeah. It looks like carbon fiber from a distance, but it's actually not. Okay, this is a auto dimming IRBM. Okay, nothing here. Alright, you got a vanity mirror here. Okay, I don't know why this space is empty over here. Let's go to the end now, or rather, let's go to the rear of the car. Again, you find this nice bottle holders over here on the door pads, and these are functional. Yes, those are the seats. 2651 mm wheelbase. That sounds impressive. And there are head restraints even for the middle passenger. Something unique there. Okay, now I have set the seat to my preference. I'm 6'4". Not much of space, but as you can see, or as you would have observed by now, the head space is decent. And okay, not feeling claustrophobic at all here. Okay, for me, under thigh support is going to be an issue, as you can see. Yeah. Okay, these are adjustable vents. So if you're seated here, you have your own adjustment. If I'm here, I have my own adjustment. This, interestingly, is for a bottle holder, or rather a coffee cup, as was demonstrated during the presentation. You can keep magazines over here as well. Okay, these are the seats. Looks comfortable for 3, but again, that's something we will have to test when the car comes to us. Alright, so ISOFIX mounts, that reminds me of the safety package. Electronic stability control is standard on this car, and then you have 6 airbags. I assume those are for the top models. Again, one more view of the sunroof. One more view from the rear seat. Okay, you have this armrest as well with cup holders. Okay, that's pretty much same feature that every other car manufacturer offers now. You also have this nice cabin lights. It also reminds me there is ambient lighting inside the car, and well, I can't demonstrate it right now because there's no key. Someone has taken the key away. That's your 1.5 litre engine TSI 4-cylinder, as you can see here. Like we have already discussed, it has got 150 PS, 250 Nm. The torque is claimed to be the highest in the class, but let me tell you, the Kicks has 254 Nm, which is 4 Nm more than this one. So that claim that they are making is not really substantiated here. So you can get a 6-speed manual as well as a 7-speed DSG. I am waiting for the DSG, though the manual would be as much fun as the DSG. Well, we are waiting to drive this car. If select few have already driven the car with camouflage. Okay, that's going to be the new norm, I suppose. Just showing you all the details here.